Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ray, that's Koji, and today we're gonna look at the secondary market of the new OP-09 set. But before we get to that, I want to quickly tell you guys about today's giveaway. So for this video, I'm gonna be giving away one full art Izo from the new PRB01 Best Selects set. And all you have to do to be part of this giveaway is make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Also, I want to quickly shout out the members of my Wolfpack. And as a reminder, my members only giveaway for the month of December is going to be this S-Snake alt art gorgeous looking card from OP-08. And all you have to do to be part of this giveaway is become a member for this month. And yeah, you can be part of the draw. All right, now without further ado, let's go see. Let's go see how expensive the OP-09 singles are. All right, with the release of a new set, you know that we gotta check out how it is. Is the hype gone down a little bit so that it's a little bit more affordable to everyone? Should you hold off on buying singles? Well, that's what this episode of Market Watch is all about, to learn a little bit about the secondary market and see if it's a good time for you to buy stuff, either a sealed or the single variety. As always, I want to start out all my Market Watch by looking at the sealed products, just because it's usually a good way to gauge if reprints are happening in a particular set. If you see a dip in a sealed products of, for example, OP-05, then that means that there's probably a little bit of reprint from Bandai happening. So that's why there's a little bit more, I guess, sealed products available. So that's why the prices in the secondary market is going down. So let's go check it out. And hopefully we see a lot more restocks because, as always, more people having the products, the better for me. I'm not an investor. I'm a collector. I'm a player. Probably number one, collector first and foremost. So I'm not an investor or anything like that. So, and I will give a disclaimer that everything that I will talk about is more for educational and informational, item rather than a financial advice, right? So I'm not an investor. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not playing stocks. So do with that as you will. Okay, let's go start out with the wave one, aka the blue bottom OP-01. And as you can see, last month or so is just climbing up in price. And this is the holy grail of the sealed, I guess, One Piece TCG product. Yeah, right now it's the market price is 985 USD. Insane. If you've been with me in this channel since the beginning, you know that I had like 40 or 30 plus blue bottom OP-01s way back then. Man, if I held it, my return would have been what, 10 times? Freaking insane. But hey, I'm a collector, so I do not regret my decision one bit. Next, let's go look at the OP-0 or the white bottom wave 2. They call wave 2 or white bottom 1. So this are the reprint of OP-01. As you can see, still really expensive, but obviously not as expensive as the blue bottom alpha or first wave version. So you can see, yeah, it has increased for a little bit last month or so, and it's currently holding just under 250 USD. Still quite expensive, but not bad, I guess, for the first set of the One Piece card game. Next, let's go look at OP-02, which is the second set in the card game. And yeah, so see, this is why I like to start out with the sealed, because you like to see trends, right? As you can see, it started out pretty low and then went high and then it's going low again. So one of the things that for me it shows is that the decrease in the sealed products here in terms of price indicates to me that there are a lot more OP-02 sealed products that's getting into the wild, into the secondary market, and that's driving the price down, which is great, making it a little bit more affordable. Obviously, it's still quite expensive. It's nearly second or double the MSRP, but it is what it is. It's still a lot more affordable than what it is. So yeah, it was all the way up at 164, and right now it's about 143 143 or 144 or so. So definitely a little bit more affordable for OP-02. Next, let's go look at the third set. And this one, yeah, so this one's a little bit different. The sharp decline is not there, but the trend still continues. So yeah, so you can see it was all the way down 150 and then spiked all the way up to 160 and then slowly going down. It kind of shows me that Bandai is just slowly trickling and releasing more reprint of OP-03 out there in the wild, and right now it's holding steady at just over 144, 154 USD. So that's good news for players and collectors alike. Next, let's go look at OP-04. OP-04. So yeah, so you see the difference between the first three sets as well compared to OP-04. OP-04 is just climbing up, up, up. There's really no decrease. So this shows that Bandai has reprinted OP-01 to OP-03, but not OP-04. You can see last month it just went up. It went all the way down for 147, and then it spiked up to right now it's about 155 USD. So yeah, if you do not know OP-04 or you were not playing the One Piece card game back then, OP-04 is basically OP-08 right now, where it's the release before a really hyped up set. In this case for OP-04 is OP-05, and yeah, now as you can see, the prices for OP-04 went up, so it'll be interesting to see if OP-08 will follow suit once there's going to be less products available or still products available out there in the wild once Bandai stops printing OP-08, once they release more sets. So it'll be interesting to see and track in the future for sure. Next, let's go look at OP-05. So yeah, this is a great set. I feel it's the best set released so far in OP or One Piece card game. OP-09 is kind of pushing that a little bit. So let's go see how it is last month or so. And yeah, generally, so this one's really interesting. As you can see, there's been quite a few stark dips in prices here. So it showed me that, hey, like Bandai last month or so has been releasing a few OP-05 in the wilds. So as you can see, it's probably around here, this price, November 25, they probably release it. So that's why there's a bit dip in price. Same thing here. There's a little bit of dip in price. And then as you can see, right now, it's went all the way down to $164.53. So yeah, you can see the downward trend of OP-05. So hopefully that indicates to us that more OP-05 is coming. There have been so many people that's been holding OP-05. I've been burned in a few instances from a lot of LGS that canceled my pre-order just because obviously the OP-05 was the hot item, so they wanted to resell it. Yeah, so it is what it is. Can't really do anything about it. So yeah, so it's nice to see that Bandai is releasing more in the wild, and that's driving the prices down. So next, let's go look at OP or EB-01. So it's the first half set, and yeah, so compared to OP-05 and then OP-01 to OP-03, EB-01 is just going up, 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 up. This is such an insane line. Look at that. It's literally just went up. There's no depth. So that means that it shows me that EB-01 Bandai has not given more EB-01 products in the wild. I remember when I got my case of EB-01, I could not get rid of it at like MSRP. And then after a month or a month and a half, like it suddenly went all the way up to like 200 Canadian dollars. And right now it's 200 US dollars, which is insane. It's about 250 Canadian. So yeah, so right now it's holding steady at just under 200 USD, which is insane. I mean, not surprised. Cavendish is a very strong SR. Laboon, we have Brook as well. So not surprised EB-01 is so good. And I guess for me anyway, I didn't know what I had way back then for sure. Next, let's go look at OP-06. So let's go look at OP-06. So yeah, so OP-06 compared to EB-01, it's the opposite direction. It's definitely going down. So definitely seeing a lot more, I guess, OP-06 in the wild, which is good. Having a lot more affordable products out there for everyone, casuals as well as players alike. I think it's a great thing for this card game. It still needs to grow. There's a lot of opportunities for growth for the One Piece card game, just because there's so many One Piece fans out there that doesn't even know about the One Piece card game. So having products available for them to just impulsively buy in Walmart and stuff, I think will be great. One thing to note though is that even though it went all the way down, it has seen a little bit of spike towards the end here. So it'll be interesting to see if it rebounds a little bit and if Bandai stop, I guess, printing more OP-06. Next, let's go look at the next set, OP-07. Yeah, so this one's very interesting. So it was very very low before, like 98 USD, very similar to OP-08, but yeah. So there was like a spike in a little bit of price. It went all the way up to, what is that? Uh, 107, and then yeah, and then it slowly went down to about 102. So it looks like less, I guess, products available compared or very similar to OP-06, having a lot more, I guess, available products out there, which is good. And yeah, so it looks like OP-06, OP-07, and then obviously we'll see at OP-08 as well. There's going to be a lot of products available out there, so that's very very good sign. All right, let's go look at OP-08. Wow, I'm surprised OP-08 went actually up, but I guess it was so low anyway. So yeah, OP-08, this might be the cheapest set I've ever seen. Like there's so many sets available, and for Canada in Boxing Day, it's so easy to buy one at very very affordable prices. I believe it was like all the way down to less than 100 USD, which is, or 100 Canadian, which is about like 80, 75, something like that USD, which is great. And yeah, I think that's a lot more affordable. And for a current set, or I guess semi-current set, I think that's a great thing. We will see how it is after a year from now. Will it grow as much as OP-04 did? We will see. Or if it's still gonna continue to lose its value. But from here, it looks like it is going up in value, even though it's not amazing. Currently, right now, it's about 79 USD. Next, let's go look at the previously most recent set. In the second half set in the One Piece card game, we have PRB-01. So this is the reprint set. And yeah, so this one, it looks like it was going up and spiked all the way at 171 USD. And it looks like it's going down at a little bit more affordable, 157 or 158 USD. It'll be interesting to see what to track this one. One of the things that is working in favor of PRB, just because it's one of the newest one, is that once a lot of people are, I guess, breaking or opening up a lot of the sealed products, and there's going to be less sealed products available, how high could it go? Will it be just like EB-01, where it's a lot of cheaper right now because there's a lot of products available, but once Bandai stops printing them, the hunt for the Manga God Pack, right? I can see the set even eclipsing EB-01, just because gamblers want to gamble and the allure of the Manga God Pack might be too strong, and people will just pay a lot in hopes of pulling a Manga God Pack, right? Even though it'll be just like winning a lottery, right? So it'll be interesting to track the price of the set, because I think it's one of those that it can go either way, right? I won't be surprised if it'll be double the price next year, or it could be still 150 USD. So just because a lot of it is reprinted. And then finally, our current set right now, OP-09. Woo. Wow. So yeah, so pre-release it's about 140, and then it during release it spiked all the way to 179, and then thankfully, as more people getting their products, it went to a lot more reasonable one, and it's holding steady at around $146.43. So it's still abnormally high. I'm not surprised though. It is the second anniversary set. It seems that all the anniversary or all the I guess sets that are released in December seems to be very very good, with multiple manga chases, like great manga chases. So it'll be interesting, what do they do in the third anniversary? Will they release 2 gold chases? you know, but it's gonna be intense. I've had a few, I've had a case, two cases canceled on me just because they could not guarantee allocation. So that sucks. It is, people. I understand people are trying to make money. People, shops are trying to stay afloat, but yeah, it's the allure of potentially making a lot of money in this set is too high. Same thing with OP-05. So yeah, it's hopefully you are able to get these products at a really good price, because right now, yeah, it's I can see this one following the path of OP-05, and it'll be over $200 soon enough. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, so that has been the still products in the One Piece card game so far. And as you can see, OP-09 is so expensive, 150 US dollars, probably 200 Canadian. And yeah, that's gonna be a tough sell for me. It's a tough buy for me. Now let's go look at the single cards and see, is that even possible to make money? Well, or I guess make up your money if you even open up seal products. Well, let's go look at the singles and see, yeah, what's their value. All right, for the singles part of this video, obviously we're gonna start with the most expensive cards in the set, and we're gonna work our way down, starting with the mangas, and then we're gonna go to the SPs, then the leaders, and then finally the alt arts. So obviously the number one grail and the number one chase card for the set is gonna be the Goldie Roger card. If you're not a fan of One Piece, it probably doesn't make sense to you, but for everyone else, it completely makes sense. And right now in TCG Player, there's not a lot of data available. Right now, it says listed median is 6,500 USD. It could be higher, it could be lower. There's not enough being sold out there to have a good indication right now. I've seen in Facebook Marketplace go as low as 4,000, but hey, it's hard to tell. 6,500 kind of makes sense, but we will see. There has been quite a few posted and pulled in Facebook groups. So is it rarer than Manga God packs? I don't know. There hasn't been a lot of data available, so that will be interesting to track. Maybe it is a lot rarer. Maybe it's not as rare than we thought, and then the prices will go down. But yeah, it's definitely the number one pull and the number one chase card for the set, and it has the price tag for it for sure. Next, we have the first of the regular mangas. We have Manga Luffy. Same thing as the OP-051. It is the most expensive manga. There's not a lot of data available for in TCG Player. Right now, it has a market price of 1,300. Seems a little low, just because I think Manga Luffy in OP-05 was over 2,000 USD, but maybe people shifted the focus on the Goldie Roger card, and this one is more of like the secondary chase card in the set. But definitely it'll hold the most value, so it'll be interesting to track this price moving forward. Next, we got Blackbeard manga. So this one is just a shy under 1,000 USD. So the market price right now is about 857 USD. So pretty good, but not at the Shanks level. It's not at the Oda sign level, and definitely not at the Manga Luffy level. So it's a little tier underneath that. But once Blackbeard becomes a lot more meta relevant and people are winning tournaments with Blackbeard, maybe the manga Blackbeard will go a little bit more in price. Next, we got Shanks, Daddy Shanks, the second Shanks manga in the One Piece card game already, which is insane. Market price right now is 600 USD, which is about right. Definitely less desirable than OP-01, just because OP-01 is the OP-01 Shanks manga is the first one of its kind, so a little bit of more value there. And then the last manga we have is our lovable clown. We got Buggy. So Buggy, the price is 422 USD. I think that's pretty good price. That's closer to, I guess, Sogi King manga. In terms of the price, definitely I think it's even less than Chopper. So yeah, I think not a bad price. So if you're a buggy a stan out there, if you're a fan of the lovable jester, maybe that might be a good chase card for you, or a card for you to acquire later on, because I can see the price going a little bit lower and getting closer to, I guess, the cheaper mangas out there in the One Piece card game. So yeah, so those has been the manga cards. Next, let's go look at the SPs. So for the SPs, as always, let's go start out with the most expensive one, with the Nami SP. So I broke down the SP category, I guess, with the, I guess, new regular SP cards, and then we have the wanted posters at the end. So yeah, we're gonna start out with the regular SPs first, starting with Nami. So Nami obviously will be the number one chase cards out there. There's a lot of Nami stands, there's the waifu tags and all that. And right now, this card is expensive. This one has right now market value of just over 152 USD. That that is definitely inflated. As much as I love Nami, compare this one to, I believe it was OP-06 SP Nami, the one with her and Otama. Yeah, like I would wait for this card for under $100, because I think it'll get there. Um, uh, it's the same thing too with the second SP that we have here with Boa SP. Like I stand Boa. She is the future pirate queen. I would love this card, and but right now with a market price of what, 150 US dollars, that's definitely very steep. Um, Especially, it's, I mean, it is playable. You can play her in Jinbei. That's one of the key cards there. Actually, no, it's not even that Boa. It's the other Boa that is played in Jinbei. So yeah, so I would wait. I would wait if you're looking to get either Nami or Boa. Wait a month or so, because I think that these prices will definitely go under 100 USD. 150 right now for both of these cards are quite insane. In Canadian buckaroos, it's like what, 180. Yeah, that's way too much for these two cards. Next, we got Dragon. Yeah, even Dragon, I think that, right now he has a market price of 77 USD. I think that's even a little too high. As you can see, last month or so, it's going down in price. I won't be surprised if this one will be about 50 US dollars soon. It is playable in Shanks. It's definitely one of the key cards there. So maybe it'll return, but in terms of, I guess, character recognition, Dragon is definitely lower than Nami and Boa, and even the next card, Zorojuro. Here you go. So Zorojuro has market price of 60 USD. So yeah, so this is a little bit closer to what I thought Dragon will be. Even then, I think Zoro and Dragon should be around 50 USD. Yeah, I mean, Zoro is being, can be used in Luffy, Purple Luffy. So Purple Luffy will be one of the stronger characters or leaders out there in OP-09. And yeah, Zoro is way more popular than Dragon. So I won't be surprised if Dragon and Zoro will be around 50 USD. And you can see it's going down already. It went all the way down to 57 USD, but right now market price is about 61 or so. So yeah, just wait for a little bit if you want to get Dragon and Zoro, because I think 60 and 75 is a little too high for those two cards. Next, SP, we got Rocinante, we got Corazon here. This one's market price of 48. As you can see, it's been trending down, and I won't be surprised if this one will be less than 40 soon. I think Rob Lucci and Don Quixote are the, I guess, less desirable or less expensive SPs in this set for sure, unless there has been like a deck that makes use of Rocinante, and his playability goes up. But I think right now, I won't be surprised if his price goes under $40 next month. So if you are a Rocinante fan, just maybe wait a while, because this is definitely going to be a little bit more affordable. Next, we got Rob Toretto, aka Rob Lucci. This one has a market price of about 50 USD. Same thing. I think this one will go down, and it'll be the cheapest card, which is interesting because black is black, and black is still one of the very strong colors out there in the One Piece card game. But I guess I don't think you play Rob Lucci with Blackbeard, so maybe his value will tank because of that. And yeah, honestly, if you want to get any of the SPs, just hold off a while as more people get their products. Because usually when stores get their products from distributors, they go in waves. I know that my local game store out here got their first wave during pre-release, and then they're gonna get their second wave in January. So probably wait until January, because you will see a lot of these prices go down in price for sure. But definitely, they all look amazing. And for me, anyway, when I open my case, I am definitely hoping for Boa or Nami, and then obviously I would love to get any of the wanted posters that we're going to talk about now, starting with the Monkey D. Luffy Gear 5 wanted posters. Look at that, guys. It looks absolutely amazing. Oh, it looks so good. Honestly, the market price of 125 USD, I don't think that's not bad, just because how it's not guaranteed that you're going to get a wanted card in a case from what I've seen. Um, I've seen like one SP and then one wanted card, two wanted, it's kind of all jumbled up. But maybe max wanted cards potentially you can get in a case is it's like two, and it's a lot harder to get. But yeah, I'm surprised this wanted card is not more expensive than Nami or Boa. I mean, I guess I kind of get it with the waifu tax, but I think it looks absolutely more amazing. It looks so good. And yeah, I think 125, I think it'll hold somewhere there. It is iconic with the Gear 5 Luffy, so I think he has a premium on that, and I won't be surprised if the price is actually gonna settle around this price for a while. Next is go look at Blackbeard. So Blackbeard has a market price of 108, a little high, but I can get people getting really really hyped with the Blackbeard leader. I think it's a little too high. I think it'll by next month it'll be under $100. It's probably, I think its price should be around 75 USD or even lower than that. So if you're a fan, I would recommend to wait for him a little bit. Next we got Shanks. Shanks is a market price of 88, around 88 USD. It's about right. I think it's about the same level as Blackbeard, so 75 to 80, 85, somewhere there. So it's definitely close to his market value, I feel, for Shanks. And then finally we got Buggy, and Buggy right now is the least expensive wanted poster out there. And yeah, his price just keeps going down, and right now it's just over 51 USD. And honestly, if you're just a One Piece fan, I think this is I think in a month or so it'll be like 40 USD, even lower. And I think it's such going to be a good get, just because it's these wanted posters in person look absolutely great, guys. It looks absolutely amazing. So I won't hesitate to pay like $40, $50 for a wanted posters, because yeah, they look so amazing as a collector. It's such a good pull, and it's such a good part of your collection. All right, so those has been the SPs. Next, let's go look at the leader prices. So in terms of the leaders, we're gonna start out with the most expensive one, with Daddy Shanks out here. So his price right now is about 79 USD. That's actually not bad. That's a little bit lower than what I would have thought. I think it's still gonna be going a little lower, depending on how popular Shanks' leader will be. But in terms of the price, it's actually not that bad. I think it should be closer to maybe 60 to 50, 50 to 60, somewhere there. But if you want to get your cards now, it's actually not a bad price to invest on. Especially Shanks is still going to be very very strong in OP-010. Next we got Blackbeard. So this one I think is going to be the flavor of the month for a while. So yeah, so right now market price is at 66 US dollars. I think it'll hold for a little bit. It'll be interesting once Blackbeard maybe starts winning a lot more tournaments. But one of the things that's different about Blackbeard with compared to a lot of the black decks out there is that it's, from what I've heard, it's very, very, very hard to play. It's very intensive to play, and one misplay can cost you the game. So I could see a lot of people picking up Blackbeard, but then abandoning him once they figure out that it's actually not a good fit for them. So I won't be surprised that, if Blackbeard's price go down in the next month or so, as people try the leader out and figure out that, hey, it's not just dropping Moria anymore. You have actually have to do a lot more than that. Next, we got Luffy. So this one's the new black and purple Luffy. Market price right now is $60.59. I won't be surprised if this one will slowly creep up. Even though it's not tier one deck, it is still Luffy. It's still iconic Gear 5 laughter right there. And if you're just gonna be a collector, you don't really care about playing, this honestly might be the number one chase card in terms of leader cards out there. So I won't be surprised if at the end of the day, after next few months, that this leader is up there with Shanks as the most expensive leader cards. Next, we got Robin Schwan, same thing. Uh, Even though I'm less confident it'll be up there with Shanks. Right now the market price around 40 USD. That's about right. That's actually a pretty good price for this card. I won't be surprised if it goes a little bit lower next month or so at around 30-35 USD. But honestly, if you're a Robin Schwan fan, and I am, that's actually not a bad price to actually grab him and grab her. And it's actually a very fun deck to play if you've had the chance. So if you just want to play for fun, Robin Schwan might be a good option for you. Next, we got Buggy. This one's honestly, I think people are most likely using this one as more of like a meme deck. I think the blue leader right now is Blue Croc. So if you're looking to play competitively, that's probably the way to go. But if you are looking to, I believe he's a good counter to Blackbeard. Maybe it's good to bring Buggy out there for locals. So I haven't played enough for him, but it could be fun that way. I won't be surprised if the leader price goes a little bit lower, probably closer to 25-20 USD later on. But 31-32 USD is not bad for the the Blue Jester. And finally, our last leader is Lim. So this one is very interesting because I can see this leader actually shoot up in price later on. The reason why is that this leader is pretty good. If you've never played this leader, like, read its ability, and then I believe she gets more support in OP-010. And yeah, this leader is good. And once people realize how good this leader is, I won't be surprised if it goes up. It's not going to be massive or anything like that, but I can see it going higher than Buggy for sure. So maybe it's a good price right now to nab her at 26 USD, because I can see it going 40 somewhere there once more Odyssey or film support gets out there. But yeah, this one's definitely underrated, and this one's definitely slept on, and I can see the value of this card go up later on. So that's a quick look at the leaders. Next, let's go look at the alt arts. All right, so for the alt arts, we're gonna start out with the most expensive one, with the new purple secret rare alt art. Art looks absolutely amazing, definitely goes hard, and this card is very good. As you can see when we look at the secret rare prices. But yeah, this one is it's almost a must add to any purple decks out there. And yeah, it's such a strong card. It's very playable. Purple Luffy is gonna be tier 1.5 maybe, or even tier 1 to some people. And this card is definitely a reason for that. So right now it's a market price of 45 USD, which I think is actually not that bad for the alt art prices. One of the things that you will notice is that the regular character alt arts, there's a lot of them are definitely the least value in terms of OP-09. I think 45 USD for secret rare alt art is actually not bad compared to other comparative ones like Katakuri back in OP-04. I believe like that one was like close to 100 USD. So this one's is not bad at 44 or 45 USD. Next, we got Blackbeard. The market price is 36 USD. I think that's again a very reasonable price, I think, for a very playable card, for potentially a meta relevant leader. So I think it looks amazing, and I think the price is pretty reasonable. I think it's gonna go down, but I don't think that much drastically. Next, we got Daddy Shanks, same thing. I think for the market price of 32 USD, I think it's not bad for a very strong card for a very strong leader. Next, we got our treasure rare for the set. We got Zoro Juro. I think this is, very comparable to a lot of the treasure rare prices right now at 32 USD. So I think that's again a very strong price, starting price for the treasure rare for this set. So this is the Searcher Zoro. So this is going to be a playable Zoro. I'm not a huge fan of the artwork, but in terms of playability of this card, it's definitely part of purple Luffy decks. So I think that's a pretty good nab versus potentially grabbing the SP. So if you want to Zoro fan, so that's actually a not bad price. Next, we got Goldie Roger alt art. Looks amazing. This one has a value of just over 27 USD. So yeah, I think this one's a pretty good price as well for alt art or Secret Rare alt art, and honestly, it looks quite amazing. So I personally, if I don't have it in my collection, I will definitely go purchase one. Next, we got Robin Schwan. This one's a very, very good looking card as well. If you're a Robin fan, having a market price of 27 USD is not bad at all. It definitely will go down later on, but I don't think it'll go down over or under 20 USD, not for a while anyways. Next, we got Law. This one is market price of just over 26 USD. So this one's a little bit different just because I do like the artwork, and Law as a character is very popular, but in terms of playability, I guess you can play it in Purple Luffy, I believe. I don't know. I haven't really tested Purple Luffy a lot. So comment down below. If it's using Purple Luffy, then I can see it. If not, then there's not that many Straw Hat or Hard Pirates out there. So let me know. Next, we got Sanji. Love it. The artwork looks amazing. Market price of 23 USD. I think that's pretty good price. And this card is very, very good in Purple Luffy. So that's actually pretty good price for initial price for a Sanji alt art. Next, we got Ben Beckerman. Obviously a part of Shank's deck. Not a huge fan of the artwork. I think it's but it's a very, very strong card, and 19 USD, pretty good. Next, we got Nami Schwan. I do love the artwork of this one. I don't know how playable. I guess maybe in Blue Nami. But yeah, market price is 14. Surprised considering it's Nami, but that's actually very, very reasonable. Next, we got Uta, playable in Shanks, obviously. Market price of 14. Again, I think that's a pretty reasonable one. I think it'll settle down around 10 USD or so. Next, we got Frankie. Love the artwork. Love it. Obviously played in Purple Luffy. Or can be played in Purple Luffy. I don't know if it's a mandatory in Purple Luffy. This one has a market price of just 14 USD. If you're a Straw Hat fan, I think it's a must buy. Next, we got Buggy the Clown. This one's market price of just under 10 USD. I think that's very reasonable. One of the things in the trend that I've seen so far is that in terms of figuring out if you should buy a card now, it looks like alt arts are very, very reasonable in terms of price. And I won't be surprised if a year from now, if these prices were going to be holding around the same value or so. So this might be, if you're a fan of a card, if you're a fan of an alt art, I think you're not going to lose much by buying it now versus later on. So I won't hesitate on buying a buggy alt art for 10 USD. I think that's a really, really reasonable price. Next, we got Lim. Same thing. The 10 is not bad. I think I might be wrong, but I think Lim as a leader is going to be very popular later on. It's a very strong leader, and if that happens, it's definitely going to be, this card might be a lot more than 9 USD. It might be double that at least in the future, so keep that in mind. Next, we got Croco Boy. Love it. Love it. Market price of $9 US. I think that's very, very reasonable again. and look at the artwork. I don't think it's Akira Gawa. Maybe it is. Is it? I can't zoom in. But yeah, I think artwork looks amazing. I think he only gets played in Cross Guild or Bug Buggy. So kind of limits it there. But as a collector, I think 9 USD, I think it's a good price for him. Same thing as Mihawk here, 8 USD. Same thing. I think that's a good price. Next, we got Koala. Koala is about what 7 USD. I think, yeah, if you're looking to complete your collection, honestly, looking at the less ones with like Adio here, this one's like 6 USD. Like, yeah, you're not gonna lose that much value buying. Like maybe it goes from 6 to 5, but not much there. And then we got last one. We got Prona right there, 4 USD. Come on, like, would you not buy this card for 4 USD if you're a Prona fan? I think it's an easy buy. And so yeah, so those has been the alt arts, the regular character alt arts in OP-09. From what I've seen, all of them are very reasonable. Some of the high end ones like Luffy and Blackbeard and Shanks might go down a little bit, but I don't think it's, their current price right now is far off than the prices they will settle in later on. And a lot of the other ones are pretty much there where they're gonna be for a while anyway. So if you're a fan of any of the regular alt arts, I recommend you to buy some of them without hesitation, just because I don't think you're going to lose much in value, even if when more products becomes more available. All right, so those has been the alt arts, and then we're gonna end this market watch, this long one, by looking at the secret rares and then some of the S. All right, guys, we are nearly at the very end of the video. Please bear with me for a few more minutes. So let's quickly look at the secret rare prices as well as the SRs, and then a couple of cards that I found that has actually pretty good value for you guys to watch out for if you do open it and decide to sell it. So let's go start with the Luffy. I mentioned before when we talked about the Luffy alt art, this card is bonkers. This card is very good, and this card is quite expensive. So this one has a market value of 23 US dollars. I won't be surprised if this one's a lot more higher later on as Purple Luffy becomes more popular. One of the things that you will see is that in a lot of the cases, they don't necessarily have a 50-50 split. Usually it's like 4-4, I believe, if you open a case. But I've seen cases in OP-09 where it's like way lopsided in one or the other. So I won't be surprised, once more people want to go into Purple Luffy or similar leaders, that the price of this one can even go higher and kind of reach where Katakuri was a few years, or I guess few sets ago. Next, we have the second secret rare. We have Goldie Roger. This one's very good for a lot of the red decks out there. So one of the things that you notice, with him, with the market value of about 11.5 USD, is that both of the secret rares have pretty good values, which is good, in terms of getting value in your box when you buy it, especially how expensive the sealed version of OP-09 is. And it's been a while since we saw two very good secret rares in one set. So that's really good. So that means that when you open a secret rare, you don't immediately feel bad because you didn't pull the good one. These two are very good one. Both are very playable. One is just a lot more expensive than the other. And plus one is Luffy, right? Next, let's go look at the SR, starting with the most expensive. I'm surprised it's actually Sanji. I thought it's going to be someone else. But yeah, when I talked about the alt art, this card is very good, and obviously it's played in Purple Luffy, and right now it's a market price of $5. Yeah, it's about $5 right now. Won't be surprised if it actually goes up later on with Purple Luffy become more popular. Next, we got Blackbeard SR. Blackbeard has a market price of about $4.50. I think it's about where I think it's gonna hold. I think Blackbeard is kind of the starting flavor of the month, but I think it's gonna be very difficult for a lot of people to master. So I can see people moving to other decks. That's why I can see Purple Luffy cards going a little bit higher. I can see Shanks cards going a little bit higher, just because people are moving from Teach Nice, we got Beckman. So similar to Shanks that we will see later on. I won't be surprised if the price goes up a little bit later. This one has a market price of $3.93. I think that's a really, really good price if you're looking to play Shanks, because Shanks is still going to be good in OP-010. So um, I think that's a good price to buy him. And I won't be surprised if it actually goes up later on. Same thing with Shanks. Shanks is a value of about $3.44. Yeah, same thing. I won't be surprised if his value goes a little bit higher later on as more people goes into Shanks. Next, we got Frankie. Frankie has a market price of $1.21. So we're going towards the cheaper side of the SR. So the first four or so, Shanks, Blackbeard, um, Ben Backman, as well as Sanji. Those are very playable and needed in a lot of the meta decks. As you can see, all the other leaders out there are more fun decks, part of the fun decks, or not mandatory in meta decks. So unfortunately, Frankie here, even though I love Frankie, he is not a mandatory add in Purple Luffy, so that's why his price is only $1.21. Same thing with Mihawk. Buggy is a lot more a fun deck rather than a serious deck. And yeah, this one's like under $1, which is insane. Same thing with Koala. Unfortunately, Yellow Revolutionary is not it right now. Market price under $1. Same thing with Crocoboy, under $1 here. And then finally, this is going to be interesting. This one we have Lim. I said before, I think Lim is undervalued right now. I won't be surprised if that deck and all the cards associated with that deck will go higher as more people move from Blackbeard and try to figure out what other decks that they can play. That's a little bit easier to manage, especially if you're going to be playing 9 rounds in any of the treasure or online or treasure cups or the regionals, right? So this one's market value is 62 cents. I think that's a great value for you now to buy at least 4 of, and then if you decide not to play Lim, you don't really lose that much. So we're gonna end this market watch by identifying 2 other rares out there that has actually really, really good values to watch out for if you have extras in your collection, starting with Gum Gum Giant. So this one is needed, or I guess played in Purple Luffy, so watch out. This one has a market value $1.42 each card, and you do need 4 in for a set in Purple Luffy. So yeah, if you have an extra of them, it might be a good idea to sell up because you have a very, very good value right now. And the other one too is Law Rare. As I mentioned before, the Law Alt Art. So I guess this answers this question if he's played in Purple Luffy, because yeah, it looks like he has a value of $1.04 for each card. So that means that he's probably played in Purple Luffy decks out there. So yeah, so those are the 2 rares to watch out for. Everything else is pretty regular and low value cards. So yeah, so that has been the singles, or I guess the market watch for OP-09. What do you guys think? Should you buy a lot of cards right now, a lot of singles? Honestly, I think buying the alt arts, regular alt arts and SRs, I think it'll be good. Same thing with the secret rares, but any of the SPs and even some of the leaders, you might hold off a little bit, because I think some of the prices will definitely go down as more products become available in the secondary market. So yeah, thank you once again for watching this video. This is going to be a long one. And as a reminder, if you want to be part of the Ezo Alt Full Art giveaway, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. As always, thank you so much again, and I hope you guys will have an amazing rest of the weekend. I'll see you guys later. Cheers.